Good evening and welcome to the 6th Next Day Air FSTS graduation of 2023. We've graduated 76 supervisors so far, and tonight we celebrate the graduation of 15 more, and I couldn't be more proud of you guys. Each one of you guys brings something unique to the role that you're in, and I hope this class just shed some light on some of the things that you need to do to become even more effective at your already tough but most important job here on the front line at UPS. But now you guys face the difficult part. You have to take what we've learned in the last 2 weeks and take it back to your work area. Please know that long after this class is over, RD and I will be there to support you. We want you to be successful just as much as your management team does. So when you go back to the operation, I kind of equate it to going to the gym and working out. You're going to go to the gym, you're going to work out the first couple of times, and you're going to look in the mirror and you're not going to really see a whole lot of gains. But if you stick with it, right, day after day, week after week, and you continue to use the soft skills that we taught you guys here in class, you're going to look back 4 months, 5 months, 6 months down the road, and you're going to see a completely different work area. So let's talk about some of the things that we actually covered in the last 2 weeks. Don't forget the difference between leading and managing, and how one's an appointed title and the other one's looked up to as a role model. You manage tasks, but you lead your employees, and there's times we need you guys to be both. Remember the importance of leading all your employees and not just the 80%, because the workforce becomes 50% more productive when everybody feels like they're part of the team. Remember the importance of being fair and consistent and not lenient on your employees. Accountability works if it's administered correctly. It's designed to change the behavior and not terminate employees. Remember to engage with each of your employees. You need to build that special bond with each and every one of them. Your employees won't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Remember how important attitude is, and remember that the things we learned in class aren't just UPS lessons, but they're life lessons as a whole. No matter where you are in life, start singing the mud if you need to, and don't ever, ever ring that bell. The class wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for a Worldport management team dedicating their time and efforts to coming in and actually giving presentations for us. I'd like to thank them for their efforts in the past, and I'd like to thank them for their efforts going forward as well. I'd like to extend a special thanks to Jeff Semenik and Jeff Sirota for their talking points, and Norman Seawright, who always does a great job of covering things that we actually reviewed in class. Jeff Semenik reinforces the importance of safety, retention, and relationship building with your employees. Sirota talks about numerous items, but he tells you that the results don't mean a thing if it doesn't make the employees feel good. Norman reinforces the difference between leading and managing. He stresses the importance of planning. He brings home the importance of relationship building by building that special bond with each one of you guys in the short 2 hours he's here by learning your guys' names. He tells you to continue to build upon your brand and to stay in school and always sharpen your saw by reading and always learning new things. Thank you, Norman, for all that you do. Now I'd like to turn the podium over to RD. RD?
Good evening. I would first like to thank the Worldport management team for sending us their supervisors, without which we would not be able to do what we do class to class, so thank you. To the class, I'm very proud of all of you all. Thank you for kind of diving in and being vulnerable to learning. A few things I want to leave with you guys. The enlightened self-interest. In everything that you do and everything that you've learned, do not forget to consider the well-being of everyone that you're going to affect. And that should be at least enough for you to do the best work that you can do so that you are being productive, not only members of this company, but members of society. Second, where does we start? We starts with I. Inspect yourselves daily. Do the work that you need to do to make sure that you are the best you so that you can give the most to the people that are around you. If you guys do those two things, I think you're going to get off pretty well. Now, we will start a graduation. Scott. Scott scored a perfect test score. Congratulations, Scott.
Good evening. My name is Scott Knickerbocker. I work on ramp 911. I'd like to thank my full-timer Jordan Rich for allowing me 2 weeks to attend FSTS. Of the many things I learned in FSTS, the one that stands out the most is motivating and building relationships with my employees and coworkers. Thank you to RD and James for taking me out of my comfort zone and made me a better supervisor in person with the many exciting activities and projects we had. And finally, thank you to my classmates for being very entertaining and supportive these past 2 weeks.
Andrew. Andrew was a part of the competition winning team. Congratulations, Andrew.
I am Andrew McCormick. I work from Building 1 Shift. I would like to thank my management team for sending me to FSTS, Micah Adams and Liz Higginson. This was a great opportunity to build myself as a supervisor, and one of the many things I took back from this is relationship and morale building with my employees and coworkers. I cannot wait to bring this back to my area. Thank you.
Ramon. Ramon scored a perfect test score and was also voted best dress. Congratulations, Ramon.
My name is Ramon Castro. I work in the next day air fueling department. I want to thank my management team, Joshua Castor and Amy Roy, for allowing me 2 weeks to participate in FSTS. Of the many things I learned in class, the one that stands out to me the most is relationships, and that it's not just about what you can do, but how you can affect and influence other people and what you can accomplish together. I also want to thank RD and James, all the guest speakers, as well as my classmates for having an informative and fun class these last 2 weeks. Thank you.
Anthony. Congratulations, Anthony.
Good evening. My name is Anthony McBride. I work at the World Port Freight Facility. I'd like to thank my management team, Brad Wright and Brandon Davis, for allowing me 2 weeks to attend FSTS. Of the many things I've learned while attending FSTS, the most important thing I took away from this class, the difference between good management and good leaders. I truly believe FSTS has helped me make huge strides to become a good leader. And with that being said, I also want to thank all my class peers that have helped me, as well as R.D. Owens and James Herman, and the guest speakers for dedicating 2 weeks for sharing their knowledge and experience in hopes to further our knowledge to be better leaders. Thank you.
Baylee. Baylee scored a perfect test score and was also voted best dress. Congratulations, Baylee.
Good evening. My name is Baylee Cockeril. I work on the Wing B ramp. I would like to take a second to thank my management team, Bree and Corey, for letting me attend FSTS for the past 2 weeks. I would also like to thank one of my coworkers, Isaiah Humes, for helping me with everything that I know. He's helped me from the day I became a supervisor all the way till now. He still teaches me things. I have learned many things in this class, but the thing that I'm taking away most of this from is trust. I think trust is very important in your work area because it teaches you how to build relationships with the people that you work with, and it also helps you rely on others whenever you do need help. I would also like to thank James and RD for allowing me to participate in this class these past 2 weeks, and all of my classmates for making this experience something I will never forget. Thank you.
Caroline. Congratulations, Caroline.
Good evening. My name is Caroline Hayes. I work on the one-day 9/11 ramp. I want to thank my management team, Destiny Bowman and Eric Haycraft, for allowing me 2 weeks to attend FSTS. The most important thing I'm taking away from everything I've learned in this class is training and how important it is to the success of my employees and operation. I have learned how to help get a better grasp on my employees' trainings. I have learned that training leads to the better success of my position because everything starts there. And even higher seniority employees need to be updated on their training and new and updated safety standards. I would also like to thank Artie and James for being so flexible with my family ongoings for the past 2 weeks. It has been very supportive and loving. Thank you.
Rachel. Rachel scored a perfect test score. She won the Teamwork Award and was also the Knowledge Bee winner. Congratulations, Rachel.
Good evening. My name is Rachel Flood. I work in the Next Day Air Wing C Hub. I would like to thank Renil Gentry and Mike Perkins for allowing me the 2 weeks to attend FSTS. Out of the many things I've learned in FSTS, the most important thing I'm taking away is the importance of relationships with my employees in my area. I have learned that we need to build positive relationships where our employees feel important and included. This is the best way to build motivation and a positive work environment to help my area and employees succeed. I would like to also thank the instructors who have helped teach me all the other things I am taking away from this class back to my area to make it better. Thank you.
Madison. Madison scored a perfect test score. Congratulations, Madison.
Good evening. My name is Madison Jenkins. I'm a member of the Next Day Ramp Industrial Engineering Department. I'd like to thank my management team, Terry Butler, for allowing me 2 weeks to attend FSTS, along with my partner, Peyton House, for covering our shared responsibilities during my time in this course. One of the many things that I will be taking away from this course and applying to not only my professional career but also my personal life is accountability. To be accountable is to be a good leader, and to be a good leader is to create a positive working environment. Without people, this company would not be nearly as successful as it is today. Next, to my classmates, I want to thank you all for such a fun 2 weeks, and I'm always a phone call away if you ever need anything. Lastly, thank you, Herman and RD, for passing your experience and your wisdom to every single supervisor who comes through UPS. Thank you.
Josh, congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Josh Clyde. I work in Small Store Outbound. I'd like to thank my management team, Karen Barrera and John McSwain. Of the many things I learned in FSTS, one thing that stood out the most was safety in our areas. Safety is a crucial factor that we should monitor every night. By prioritizing safety, UPS demonstrates its commitment to the well-being of its employees, customers, and communities it serves. Thank you.
Brianna? Brianna had a perfect test score. Congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Brianna Gore, and I work in the Next Day Air Gradeland Hub. I would like to thank my management team, Morgan Hines and Melvin Lewis, for allowing me 2 weeks to attend FSTS. Of the many things that I've learned from FSTS, the most important thing I am taking away from it is the importance of building relationships with all of your employees and holding them accountable for their attendance and their actions while also holding myself accountable for the same things and more. I want to thank James and RD for pushing me out of my comfort zone and helping me develop as a frontline supervisor as well as a person. Thank you.
Brandon? Brandon scored a perfect test score. Congratulations.
My name is Brandon Lee. I work in the Gray Lane shift. I would like to thank my management team, Melvin Lewis and Andrea McCormick, for letting me attend FSTS for the last 2 weeks. The main thing that I've taken from this course has mainly been accountability and leadership, growing my team, and not just managing them, but leading them as well, because I know that I have had my flaws with my team and I've had my issues, but I hope that I can correct that, do better, be better. I also want to thank everyone in part of my class for, being inclusive, helping me out, because I know at first it wasn't that great, for me at least, but y'all helped me get in tune. And thank James, Artie Pyro Owens. Thank you.
LJ had a perfect test score, was voted best dressed, and won the Jim Casey Legacy Award. Congratulations, LJ.
Good evening. My name is LJ Spiller, and I work in the Worldport Freight Facilities shift operation. I would first like to thank my management team, Breezy Johnson and Andy Jones, for allowing me the 2 weeks to attend FSTS. One of the many things that I learned in my 2 weeks is the importance of expanding your knowledge base. By working in different areas, you will increase your skills and experience and even realize interests you did not know you had. I would also like to thank James and RD for creating a fun and yet informative environment for us to learn and grow in. Thank you.
Benjy? Benjy had a perfect test score and was part of the winning competition team. Congratulations, Benjy.
Hi, my name is Benjy Mugisha. I work in the Next Day Wing C Air Hub. I would like to thank my management team, Brandy Gwynn and Mike Perkins, for allowing me 2 weeks to go to FSTS. One of the more important things I learned during FSTS is creating an environment where people feel good and where people want to come to work. And to that effect, I would like to thank my classmates that I went through the class with for always creating an environment where I was looking forward to go every night and also made me feel good. I would also like to thank James Herman and R.D. Owens for creating an environment where I felt I could be wrong, and I also felt like I could say what I wanted to say and ask the questions I needed to ask. Thank you.
Ricki was voted most improved and was part of the winning competition team. Congratulations.
Good evening. Hi, my name is Ricki Rein. I work in the Next Day Air PSC Customer Service Department. I would like to thank my management team, Carly, Keela, and Steven, for allowing me the 2 weeks to attend FSTS. These 2 weeks have been wonderful. You think after working at UPS for 28 years that you know a little bit about the company. Then you get the opportunity to attend FSTS and you discover that there is so much more to the company than you realize. You actually find out there is another world inside this fence. UPS gives so many opportunities for personal growth and career advancement. I would like to thank James and RD for teaching such an amazing class filled with loads of knowledge and entertainment. I would also like to thank all of the great speakers who came and gave their time to help mold and encourage our class to be better frontline supervisors. What I mostly learned is to try every day to be a good leader. Leadership is about people. We learned a good leader does the right thing. They influence others, motivate people. They are coaches, mentors, and support their employees. Jeff Sirota said, we need to find a way to make people feel that they are a part of something. We need to create an environment that makes people feel good. Making your employees feel appreciated and involved in the area will help UPS continue to grow. Thank you.
Brian scored a perfect test score. Congratulations, Brian.
Good evening. My name is Brian Guevara-Veliz. I work at Wing B Ramp. I would like to thank my management team, Carrie Timberlake, Corey Jaguna, Brandon Valentine, for allowing me 2 weeks to participate in FSTS. Of the many things I learned from FSTS, the most impactful were understanding the big picture, development not only of my people, but of myself and relationships. Arlen Padilla, Stephen Hubbard, Jared Merritt, Grace McWilliams, and Cesar Hernandez, thank you for inspiring me to become a supervisor. Dylan White, thank you for promoting me and supporting me as my full-timer, because without you, I want to be here today. Chris Johnson, Brandon Valentine, and Carrie Timberlake, thank you for inspiring and motivating me to not settle, but instead, keep going. Jonathan Vargo, Kevin Hoffman, Dominic Murphy, Jennifer Lisa Smith, Bobby Mudd, and Jeff Simnick, thank you for inspiring me to want to become more than just a position. I am truly lucky. I've been lucky to be given a strong and supportive management pool, not only as my upper management, but also my colleagues. Class 9, thank you for opening my eyes to different perspectives. James Herman and R.D. Owens III, thank you for being more than just instructors. Thank you for guiding us not only with resources to become better management, but also giving us some of the best experience we could ever ask for. I truly hope I can be like the people I named off to others. I hope to inspire as much as I was with FSTS. Thank you for the time you've given me.
And now, with tonight's legacy, is LJ.
Tonight I will be reading from the section entitled The Road Ahead. In planning our trip over the road ahead, it perhaps will make the way seem clearer if we first attempt to visualize the kind of country through which that road will go. There is a new world ahead. It will not be the world of war years. It will not be the world of 1940 and earlier. It will be a world in which the average person will expect more and get more of the desirable things in life. In America, there will be a higher standard of living for all, even for those who will live without work on the tax money the rest of us pay the government. Now, this particular passage speaks about a changing country. World War II had just ended. Soldiers were coming back home to economic hardship and a lack of jobs left over from the Great Depression. The UN had their first meeting in London, and even AT&T announced their first car phones. Many people recognized that change was certainly coming, and it reminds me of a certain poster hanging in the guard shack in the freight building, if you all remember it. It reads, "If you're not riding the wave of change, you'll find yourself beneath it." Now, UPS doesn't deal in boats, but I tell you, we rode that wave. Now the world needed us more than ever. During COVID, the whole world shut down and left us open. But suspending the operation wasn't an option. So what did we do? We changed it. Mask mandates, we decreased bus capacities, we had dividers up in the offices and the break areas, and the show still went on. Sometimes I even thought to myself, man, 2 years of masks, 2 years of sickness and hospital overflow, and I really worked through the whole thing. I'll tell you one thing, in those 2 years, I've never seen the road be clearer on the way home from work. I'll tell you, I missed that part. And then we went through the pandemic, and we're out, and we think we're golden. Nope. Yeah, we don't have to social distance, but now we got airport strikes in Cologne. We have contract renegotiations. We have a change in our volume level. But let this speak to the ever-evolving nature of our world. Nothing stays the same, because change is a wave, and it is sink or swim. So my advice is to not be intimidated by the wave, but to embrace it. The ocean is never still, and neither is our operation, so neither should we be. And after spending the last 2 weeks with you all, I have no doubt that the waves won't even bother us, because we'll be sitting pretty up in a yacht that was gifted to us by Beyonce and the Be Good charity. So thank you all for these last 2 weeks, and best of luck to everybody in the future.
Thank you, LJ. Great job. Brian, do you remember everybody? Did you forget somebody? You want to come back up here and say somebody else's name? just double checking. Breezy, Andy, thank you guys very much for showing up. Other management support, thank you guys for showing up as well. First thing I want to say is you guys owe yourself a big round of applause. It's been a pleasure facilitating the class. Graduation's officially over. Go have some fun, guys.
I'm sorry. I really tried so hard. You're gonna have to give me a second here, man.
You're absolutely fine.
I'm really trying. Why me?